What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next cleanup video. This one's going to be on a laloon attack and the first one that we've done after the update. So some things have changed. This is going to help illustrate what has changed and what adjustments you probably need to make in your attacks. The first thing to note about this is that this is what I was telling you guys about on the update video. A lot of people aren't going to have a clue how to effectively use their air sweeper. This is a terrible spot for it. Really does absolutely nothing for the attack, but you're going to run into that a lot for a while and possibly a lot forever. People that just don't grasp exactly what's the best use of it, but it'll trickle down and eventually it'll get harder, but you can still enjoy your attacks right now. With this one, Shadow does the first attack and comes in with a lure on this one. Even if you're doing Penta, I still advise luring the CC troops if it's this easy. He simply drops one giant and gets the entire CC lure. But even if you had to drop a few balloons or something like that, it's a great use for your heroes. Your heroes are basically cleanup on this. So if you can take out the CC troops with your heroes, lure them out like Shadow does, brings them over to this anchor and just uses the heroes to take them out, you've got a leg up, because then when your pups start popping, they don't have to deal with the CC troops. They're out of the way. So he does that, brings them over to the side with a little bit of barbs, and then just drops the wizard, and his heroes takes care of that. He's coming in from the top. He's sending obviously 3 lava hounds, different angles, but 3 lava hounds to this air defense and 2 to this one, and then just coming in behind with balloons as we always have. Drops a rage here once his lava hounds get there, because he wants them to take out the queen. That's the last real threat for this attack. But in the new update, what they have done is reduce the range. Normally, lava hound bust right here. The queen's going to walk over and start shooting that lava hound. A lava hound bust, and these pups spread all out. Normally, most of them, as soon as she shoots one, they all aggro onto her and converge in that rage and take her out pretty quickly. But now you'll notice in the replay, they just sort of stand out here. They stand out here. They're taking out these different buildings. They're not rushing in to help her. Even as the lava hounds move down, drops another rage and they bust again. Once those lava hounds pop out, they're not immediately jumping back on her like they used to and quickly taking out the queen. I mean, we're talking about only a level 13 queen here. She should go down pretty quickly to lava pups under rage. But we'll watch the attack and you'll see how that just doesn't happen, and the queen just wreaks havoc on this attack. It was a good attack. Everything about it was nice. But since the update, I think you're going to have to make these type of adjustments and take the queen out. Attacks like Go Laloon, and just even what I would call a cold-blooded laloon attack, you're going to have to take that queen out because it's not as reliable. The pups aren't going to get her as easily. So I think that's the adjustment we're going to see. But let's watch the attack, and then we'll come back and talk about how it got 3-star. Okay, here Shadow goes. Again, sending that giant in on the bottom. Excellent move there. So simple to take that CC out. And again, that's just a terrific usage for your heroes on any Penta attack, because it just helps out your pups so much to not have to deal with those extra troops. Brings them over to the side. We'll fast forward just a little bit for the second time. Just a few barbs to bunch them up, and then again he's going to drop a wizard, his heroes, and they're going to take out the entire CC. So that's perfect. Everything right there was great. The king's going to do your tanking. The queen's going to basically do the work. Everything right here is done for. Right here, the lava hound's coming in. You see different angles, taking up all the bombs. Balloons coming in behind. You see the queen working here. Now watch as these lava hounds start busting. Right here, one's about to pop. Boom. Now, only about 3-4 of those pups went to her. The rest of them have not. Only did a little bit of damage. She took them out pretty quickly. As they move down, the next lava hound's about to bust. And again, 2 of them is all that went to this queen right here. The rest of them were standing around. They're taking out these buildings. They're not converging on her at all. And then even as these right here, they finally, after everything in that area is cleared out, come into her, but they're not standing in the rage. If they had been standing in rage, they probably would have taken her out. The last lava hound pops, and again, just not enough of the pups go for her. By the time she goes down, he's only got a few balloons left, and that's just not going to be enough to finish this base off. So we'll start to fast forward. You see the adjustments that need to be made, though. That queen is not going to go down so easily. Again, this was only level 13 queen. Pre-update, she would have went down in probably after the first lava hound, definitely after the second one popped. But now it's going to be something that you're going to have to address, adjust your attack style accordingly. And it's a good thing. Really, it's a good change. You shouldn't be able to just spam troops in and get the 3-star. So let's talk about how Bova cleaned it up. All right, you can already see the adjustments that Bova makes from the CC composition. He does have a golem in the CC. Drops the golem down here, uses wall breakers to get this down, creates his funnel. Now, the one mistake Bova made in this whole attack was he dropped his king too early, and it sort of strays off this direction. But besides that, everything was perfect. The queen comes in. She's dealing with this. He brought a lightning for the CC troops. The enemy queen comes over, the golem's doing the tanking, the queen's doing the work, and the queen ends up taking out all of this plus the defensive queen. So sort of mission accomplished there. Got the air defense, got the CC troops, got the defensive queen. So now it's time for the lava pound part of the attack, and just sends them in at different angles, followed up by his balloons, targeted balloons. And from that point, it's just a standard go laloon attack with 3 rages. Again, this sweeper's in a terrible position and it's low level. These will become more of a factor as people learn how to use them and they level them up. At level 1 and 2, it just doesn't push things back very far. So it does, especially under a rage spell, it just doesn't affect them too much. But we'll watch it live. But the take home here is you're probably going to need to start taking out the queen on your laloon attacks, just like they were a hog attack or anything else, because the chances of your pups locking onto her and taking her out before she devastates your raid aren't good. So let's watch Bova do it, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, here we go with Bova's attack. Again, the golem goes down just to send it straight in. He's going for the CC. He's going for the queen. And you look, this is just about a 2-minute attack. That's pretty quick, honestly, especially after the update. Drops the golem. The wizard's creating the funnel. Like I said, the one thing he didn't do was let these minions down here have enough time to take out those collectors, and drops his king a little early right there. The king's already down. Should have waited on that until at least that elixir collector was gone. But the queen decides to do her job well, goes right in. You see the lightning go down there, gets most of that taken care of. What's left, the queen picks up pretty quickly. And luckily even locks onto the defensive queen, uses the ability, and she is gone. Now all she's got to do is get that air defense, and it's mission accomplished right there. Boom, it goes down. Now Bova's free to start his air attack. I'm sorry, I was a little bit off on the angle, the first lava hound there. Coming in at different angles, though. Targeted balloons, just sending everything in. From this point, he's got it. Again, that sweeper, just not a factor, especially the way this guy's got it pointed, and with the low level, just almost like it's not even there. The lava hounds start busting, no problem. The balloons under rage are going to work right through it. You see right there, one drop, it's gone. So really only got like one shot off. And then again, just normal clockwise motion here. A few back-end balloons, and this one is over. You see he's got one lava hound left. It's going to bust here in just a moment, which is perfect. Right here at the end of the raid, going to get those extra pups for cleanup, and the balloons are going to take out the last few defenses. So very quick, very clean attack by Bovaville. Just that's how you wreck it, even with those low-level air sweepers in the game, especially with these guys. Until they figure out how to use them, you can almost ignore it. So there you go. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.